Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing great. Happy Mexican Independence Day, which is actually where I live. So awesome. Happy that. My first time being here for it. And today it was weird because like last night everybody was partying and then today the streets were like so dead and everything was closed. And the only person I saw was some dude like puking his guts out everywhere in the street. So definitely could have gone my whole life without seeing that, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know why I'm sharing this story. Anyway, today's video is just my Iron Twins team because my friend has been struggling with his Iron Twins 15. I think he eventually got a couple of them. Maybe this video has become irrelevant to him, but hopefully somebody else will find it useful. So I don't know where to start other than to dive into it. So Iron Twins 15, today is Void. I do use the team on all affinities. And if you watch my video of my Bommel team, you'll probably be like, that's like sort of like mostly the same champs. I don't know. I'm a fan of these champs. They work in lots of places, so it is what it is. So let me just tell you a little bit about the team. It is, like I said, I use it on all affinities. It is, I am not going to lie to you and say that it is 100% team. It is not 100% team. It does, if you get very unlucky, it will fail, but it is, and also if you have better gear than me and put more effort into gearing your champs than me, then I think you could hit 100% for sure. But yeah, if I get super unlucky, it'll fail. But I mean, you know, I could go weeks without it failing. But like I said, just like full honesty, not 100% team. So I've got Mithrala, Python, Geo, Rector, and Stagnite. And if you're sort of just starting to explore this fight, because it is pretty, I don't want to say end game content, but it's pretty late game content, you know, like if you're looking at this fight, you're probably already at the point where you're gearing all of your champs to certain standards and, you know, your gear collection is to a certain point, you have certain things. Because yeah, it's a hard fight, and I would highly recommend, if you have not read through the abilities of what the Iron Twins do, I would highly suggest you actually read through it and actually understand what's going on in this fight. I know it's like a lot of paragraphs and things, but because I don't know, I mean, I don't know about you guys, like I could not tell you everything the dragon, you know, does, or like the fire knight. I don't know, I just, you know, my teams, they work, whatever. But I would definitely recommend read through this stuff, understand what the fight does, and then that will help you sort of look at your champions that you want to use, because you don't necessarily have to use mine, you know, this is just to give you ideas. So the more you can understand about the fight is better. So just the quick rundown, basically, if you do not have a decreased speed debuff placed on the Iron Twins, their turn meter goes up like crazy every time you place a buff on your own team. But if you've ever looked at people's Iron Twins teams, they all sort of tend to just ignore this and place a bunch of buffs anyway. And that's sort of the strategy of the team. And then also, you know, when you get to this 85%, 70, 55, 40, he's going to throw off all of his debuffs, so you can't just kind of stack them and then forget about it. You know, it needs to be continuously applied. So yeah, definitely read through all that, understand what's happening, because or else you're going to be watching it and you're going to be like, oh my god, why did his turn meter just go through the roof? So yeah, definitely read it. I know reading is terrible, I agree, but yeah, just take a look. So I'm just going to show you the fight. Oh my god, what if it just like fails? That'd be tragic. So I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna press the button here. We'll watch this. We'll see what happens. Oh, and also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I full screened my game so you can no longer see my taskbar at the bottom. So, you know, production value, production value. So he's already thrown off our debuffs. We're getting kind of weak. We're finally placing a decreased speed with Stagnite. That's sort of his function in the fight. We've got a lot of buffs. We did already make his turn meter go crazy a couple times. He's already thrown off our debuffs once at the 85% HP mark. And so basically you can see the like very simple theme of my team is that we're taking a lot of damage, but we have so many buffs. You know, we have Strengthen, we have Shield, we have block debuffs, we have Veil. We're taking so much damage that we don't care because we have so many buffs. And we're, you know, our damage is coming from Geomancer. So the theme of the team is, you know, it's like super simple. It's just, yeah. And like you can see, you know, we're not always landing the decreased speeds. Sometimes we do make the turn meter go like crazy. He kills my revivers sometimes, but they just sort of revive each other. And such is life. And the times it will fail are the times that you get really unlucky with the decreased speed placements. And then, you know, the turn meter is just going crazy all the time. And so that's why I said it's not 100%. If you get really unlucky, if Stagnite is not landing his decreased speeds, because it's not 100% chance on his A1 that it will. Those are the times that it might fail. So if you would prefer to, you know, run something that is 100%, that is like a tune or something, you know, I don't blame you, you know, go for it. It's just, the thing that I like about this team, I guess, is that it's not a tune. I didn't do anything special. You know, most of these champs, like aside from some extra accuracy on Geomancer, all of these champs are just as is. You know, I use them all over my account in lots of places, and I didn't do anything special. And that's what I like about the team, because you can totally have like a speed tune with like, you know, Helicath and things like that. But this is just my team of champs that I like and use in lots of places, and that's what I like about it. So let me show you my gear. If you do look at the fight and you look at the requirements, you need a lot of accuracy. This is really steep accuracy fight. It's recommending like over 550, 370 if you happen to have increased accuracy. The twins have 250 speed. Like I think they go before me. I don't think I go before them. Yeah, so they're very fast. So that's what I was kind of saying about your gear. You know, you need to be at the point on your account where all of your champs, you know, kind of need to be having this amount of speed, you know, close to it, and, you know, enough accuracy to do the higher level content and stuff like that. You know, the HP, the defense. I'm gonna show you my builds, and I do not have 700 resistance. So don't let those numbers kind of scare you. They're a little scary, but you can do the fight without, you know, like hitting all of these absurd numbers, because they are scary. So I'll show you mine, and hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit better about what you need. Okay, so in the lead, I have my Mithrala, right? So she is on the accuracy lead. We're getting plus 80 accuracy. So that's going to help us all out with those big accuracy requirements. And it's a pretty standard Mithrala build. Like, it's not super duper amazing. It's not, you know, it's okay. She's got like 60k HP, 3.7k defense, 237 speed. She's got 568 accuracy, which of course, I know you guys are all familiar with her passive. It's you know, her accuracy is doubling as her resistance. So as you saw in the fight, you know, I don't think she ever, very rarely is she ever getting a debuff placed on her by the twins. So super, super useful champ. You know, she's got strengthen, shield, increased defense, increased attack. You know, she's amazing. Poison damage. Amazing champ. Don't need to say any more. You guys all know. So Geo, here he is. I've got him perception, speed. You know, it's accuracy chest, accuracy banner. I mean, he's a little tanky. He's nothing crazy. You know, he's 56k, 2k defense. You know, no resistance. So he's just being supported by the supports that I put him with. And he's got 502 accuracy. And then he's being helped by that Mithrala aura to kind of get him over the threshold. So Rector, I really like this champ. I use her in a lot of places. Like every time I'm just like, oh, I need somebody to like stand there and heal people and revive them, and you know, I'm like, oh, Rector, of course. So yeah, I love her in this fight. I like to build my healers in Relentless. By no means do you have to do that if you don't have it. And you know, so she's just tanky. 74k HP, 2.9k defense. She has a little bit of resistance. I mean, it's 280. It's not 700. So, like I said, if you're kind of off put by the resistance numbers, I am certainly not using them. Probably most people aren't. Most people are kind of, you know, doing like one of these geo teams, and they don't have 700 resistance. So don't worry about it. Stag Knight, his whole purpose in the fight is he's my decreased speed applier. And the reason I use him is because I don't have anybody else who is better at placing decreased speed. So if you have someone better than Stag Knight, like I'm not hating on Stag Knight. He's a classic champ, but the reason I'm using him is because I truly don't have a better decreased speed applier. This is what I have. Like if you have Necmo or you know something, I'm very jealous of you and you should use it instead. I've just got Mr. Stag Knight. So he's going to attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a decreased speed, which we've increased to what, like 50%? So it's honest, it's a little bit garbage chances, right? So like I said, if I get very unlucky and the decreased speed is not being placed, the twins will get too much turn meter, they'll take too many turns, and they will kill my team. So that's the only kind of crappy thing about it. And then you can actually see here, I don't even, like I have 385 accuracy and you're supposed to have 550. So I really didn't go that hard on it with this champ. I could do accuracy chest. I didn't. Accuracy banner for sure. But yeah, I didn't commit that hard. And the reason being, I mean, well, first of all, I just tried it when it worked, and if it's working, you know, I'm not going to invest more into it. You know, we've all got limited amount of resources on our account, and so I just looked at it and I said that's working, so great. Because so he's got his Mithrala boost, and then he's got his passive, right? So if someone gets resisted, including himself, he's going to instantly place an increased accuracy buff on him, giving him far more accuracy than needed. And then he'll definitely place it the next time. So that's why I don't really worry about it. I just let him do his Stag Knight thing, the debuffs get placed, and all is right in the world. And are we on the last person? Is it Mr. Python? I know there's like an I in here. It's like Pytheon, but it's really a lot easier to just say Python. So I kind of go with that. And then, like I said, like I'm a fan of Relentless, you know, in on my healers that I use in Hydra and places like that. By no means, you know, there are so many good sets for supports. You know, there's like bolster, there's like um, protection got like that big buff, like that set's awesome. You know, there are a million like good support sets that you can use. So don't feel like you have to. And um, yeah, he's just tanky. You know, 80k HP, 3k defense. He has no like. I'm actually ashamed of this resistance number. I need to rebuild him, and he needs to have probably like, you know, resistance as a tank should. But like I said, like, you know, they're all working, so I just haven't changed them yet. But yeah, I would say you should strive to have more resistance than that. But you know, he's a great champ. He's healing, he's cleansing, he's reviving, he places strengthen on a revive, he heals on his A1. His passive, people take more damage just for like the fact that he exists. So it's great. Yeah, he's an amazing chimp. And I think that is, so that's everybody's builds. And then, like I said, like if you have someone better than Stag Knight, you should totally replace him, or any of the champs that I have. Like maybe you have like Duchess or something, you know, which is obviously better than all of these epics that I'm using. You know, it doesn't have to be my team. I just hope that it gives you some ideas for your own team. And then the last thing I want to show you is it's not super duper important. It's my team setup, and you can do whatever you want with it also. So I don't want my team to start placing buffs before the decreased speed is applied. So I have like all of my buff placers are opening with their A1, right? So we don't place a million buffs, and then the twins start attacking us before we can do anything about it, basically. And then I have Stag Knight exclusively using his A1. His A2, I mean, it's amazing, obviously. It's decreased attack, decreased defense, 100% chance to place it. But for me, I just want to make sure these decreased speeds go on, so I turned it off. I know people who use like similar-ish teams to me, and they have it on, so that's totally up to you. For me, I liked it better, you know, only using my decreased speed, basically. But that is up to you. And yeah, that's it. It's super simple. That's my team. It's nothing crazy, nothing impressive, but I just thought I would show. And if you guys have any questions or anything, or if you want to share what you use for your own teams, I would love to hear about it. Thank you for watching, and take care. Bye.